Hey friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Ken Smith, and in today's video we're going to go ahead and take our tweaked bumper on my daughter's Ford Ranger, and we're going to replace it with a Hooke Road bumper that's designed for off-roading in the event that she ever decides to go off-roading, which she probably won't. But that's today's sponsor to our video. We're really excited to actually take this old tweaked bumper off and put a new and improved bumper on. And so let's get at it. All right, we're going to go ahead and open her up, and just always remember safety third. I'm really kidding. Some people will probably take that very serious, but I didn't want to bore you with all of the details of me unwrapping everything and setting it up on the table here, but here we are, everything unwrapped, and I want to walk over a few things that I discovered. And if I actually purchased this bumper, based on what I discovered, I'd be reaching out to the manufacturer and probably asking for a new bumper. So right there is a massive scratch to the finish. So to give you kind of an idea, there's my thumb. It's probably about 1 inch to 1.5 inches in diameter all the way around. Now, the box didn't appear to be damaged in any way. It could have happened during shipping. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate. You saw the box and it didn't appear to be damaged. Everything appeared to be wrapped and secured properly. So whether this is a quality control issue or whether it did get damaged in shipping, that remains to be unknown. Now, this bar here is going to kind of mount like so. Okay, and it straddles over to the other end. But when I went to unwrap this, and I'll try to flip this over so you can see a little better. Okay. When I went to unwrap this corner right here is super sharp. I mean super sharp. If I wasn't careful enough, I probably would have cut my hand on that. So the other side isn't as bad, but it definitely needs to be filed down. And I have to be honest, that to me is a quality control issue, quality concern. Something shouldn't leave. I wish I could get up. There you go. All right, we got a little white background, and if you look right there at that corner, you'll see the edge sticking up. And I wish I could get in a little closer so you could see it, but we're going to have to file that down. It's a possibility that I could cut myself during the installation, and or somebody could cut themselves in the future. Now, the problem with filing it down is I'm also going to have to put some type of paint on it, because at that juncture I have exposed metal, so it could rust. So if it was me, I'd be sending it back. But you know, I want to still go ahead and do, like I said, a full product review, put the bumper on, and let you know my thoughts all around. Now, this is in, you know, outside in the driveway, in just some overcast clouds. You can see that that got scratched all the way down to the base. So at this juncture, I have to throw a coat of paint on there just to prevent it from rusting. But like I said, I'd be sending this back. I would not accept this if I purchased this bumper. Another issue that we got, unfortunately, was this inside bracket is bent. If we come over and look at the other side, you can see it's nice and straight. So I'm going to have to straighten that and throw a little bit of paint on the top there, because I don't want that rusting. And again, I don't know if that happened during shipping or if this is a quality control issue. It's just the way that I received it. All right, we've gone ahead and straightened that out, touched it up with a little bit of paint. That's looking pretty good. And so now it's time to start assembling things. And I have kind of all my nuts and bolts all lined up with my instructions where everything is going to go. The thing I wanted to kind of point out is there's these little cushions that fit in between these joints. They're self-adhesive backing, pretty self-explanatory. Peel the backing off and plop it on either side of your bumper joints, and you should be good to go. I didn't bother to shoot taking off the old bumper, but I'll basically walk you through it real fast. The first thing you need to do is just remove that four-wheel drive undercarriage skid plate. It's 4 10-millimeter bolts. Comes right off, and then just set it aside. I literally left it right there. There's 4 nuts and bolts that secure the bumper. 2 here and 2 here. Now, this one, that little clip kind of broke off, but I was still able to get it off, so that wasn't too big of a deal. And they are located here, in here. Okay, now this one, the 2 outer ones, you can get to without having to take the skid plate off, but you're not going to be able to get to the 2 inner ones without having to take the skid plate off. So do yourself a favor, just get the skid plate, get it out of the way, and this bumper comes off in, you know, just a matter of minutes. All right, so a couple of things that I just kind of want to go over. It doesn't, you know, like I said, she got into an accident, and so it doesn't look like the frame is bent, but this ear was bent over here, so we have to kind of move that back. Also, I had to take the tow hooks off, which essentially bolted right here and here. Now, the reason why I took those off is because they kind of interfered with the bumper, or at least it appeared to be when I dry fitted it. Now, when I pull the bumper off, you can definitely see that the bumper was tweaked. It's lying here, definitely tweaked over there. It's flush on the ground over here. So I'm hoping that when we go to align or put the new bumper on and I'll try to align it, that we get it fairly close. We got the bumper on, and the LED lights that come with the bumper, we wired directly into our regular lights so that they can actually turn on and off with the lights and the fog lamp lit, and they go off as soon as the high beams are on. But that looks really nice. Now we can come along and kind of check and see the side. And for the most part, this lined up pretty good. It does stick out a little bit here. I'm kind of thinking that that's just the way it's made. Body line, nice and straight. And that looks pretty nice. Not going to complain. We did have to loosen the bolts here to adjust this out a little bit when we went to put it on. You can access them with a 13 millimeter swivel, just so you know, if you need to do that, and then just tighten them back up. The side here is not lined up, but I don't believe that that is the fault of the bumper. Remember, we replaced it with a bumper that was already bent and involved in an accident. So overall, you know, I pointed out a few things that I felt were bad, and I mentioned those. Let me turn the lights off so we can get up a little bit closer, and we'll take a look at where the damage was done and how it looks now. All right, we're going to move in close. Here is where the damage was that we showed you earlier on in the video. We did go ahead and paint it. It's kind of an overcast day right now, so you don't really see it glaring. I think the paint matchup is going to work just fine. But again, if this was new and I purchased it, I would have sent it back. I would not have accepted it. A couple other things that this bumper comes with that I didn't install. I didn't install the front license plate bracket. That's what sits here, and I'll show you that bracket in just a second. Didn't install because we don't have a front license plate, and quite honestly, I really like the look without the front license plate. The other thing that we didn't install is the skid plate that came with the bumper. And the reason being is that it doesn't actually go as far back as the skid plate that we have that was a factory accessory. It was extremely long, and so we left that on and decided not to. So the bumper does fit well if you don't want to use the skid plate. So these were the additional parts that we didn't put on. This is the fold up license plate bracket. We did not install that because, as I mentioned, we don't need a front license plate. This is the skid plate that comes, and it would kind of attach, you know, kind of like that, I guess, the best way of explaining it, because I can't really hold it up there. But this mounts to the bottom of the bumper, and these holes right here mount to these brackets that the instructions show you, mounting them right there. But again, like I said, our skid plate that covers everything was not going to allow that to fit. So those were just the extra parts that I didn't put on, but they come. Now, one thing I thought was actually really cool that I want to mention is you even got license plate screws. So really, everything you need
was in the box, and that's quite impressive.
All right, so I would say installation-wise, I'd really give it a 10 out of 10. And I'm not just saying that. I've put on some aftermarket stuff before, and nothing ever fits right. But this actually went on pretty good, even with the old bumper kind of being in a little fender bender. It still went on pretty good. So no problems there. The only thing that I would tell you is that with this particular piece, I would make sure that you have it all the way out. It ended up working out that way for us, but again, your mileage may vary. Love the fact that these lights can be integrated right into the original running lights or fog lights. And so they're super bright. I was actually very impressed with those. So the only major drawback, like I said at the beginning of the video, was the damage that was, located right here. And in their defense, I will say this: I didn't contact them. I would have reached out to customer service if I received it and could have given you a little better experience, but we didn't purchase it, so there was no need for me to reach out to customer service. But as far as response time and all that other stuff, I can't honestly say anything. But that being said, as far as quality and craftsmanship, I'd give it about a 9 out of 10. I did feel that the skid plate brackets seemed a little on the weak side, and as far as that goes, I gave it kind of a knockdown, as well as remember I told you about the sharp points on this piece here that I ended up having to file down and repaint. To me, that's kind of a quality issue, and so I knocked it down a notch because of that. They were easy fixes, but the point being is that I shouldn't have to fix it. But as far as receiving it damaged, it wasn't the end of the world, and I was able to go ahead and paint things up and whatnot. So that's our full review. Hope you enjoyed it. Y'all have a wonderful day, and y'all be blessed.